Okay, welcome to Feed Your Mind. Now, this episode, we will be talking about the firmament and how it was found by Admiral Byrd in the late 50s, 60s, early 60s. And so basically, what Antarctica is not exactly what you think it is. What we've discovered in the flat Earth community is that the outer edges of the Earth is like a pizza pie, and there's a crust, and that crust is Antarctica, the outer crust. The center is the North Pole. Um, there's supposed to be some type of magnetic mountain, or even possibly the North Star, the magnetic North Star. Um, we don't know for sure, but this is what I'm hearing. There's something magnetic in the center of the Earth. It could be the tree of life, for all I know. I don't know what it is in the center that is magnetic, but that's why all of your compasses point to the north. The south outer rings, that's like the crust of the pizza pie, and that's Antarctica. So south is all around you, north is in the center, and Admiral Byrd found what was down in Antarctica, is what I'm hearing, and he discovered it, and now there is a treaty where all nations that exist are not permitted down there. Um, so basically, there was a treaty where everybody agreed, like, we don't go down to Antarctica anymore, even though Admiral Byrd found all types of coal, all types of minerals and resources down there. And it's you can find it online. I mean, search the Byrd Wall, BYRD Wall, on YouTube, and you will see that there's footage of Admiral Byrd admitting what he found in Antarctica on his first trip was a bunch of valuable resources. And then he said, we're going to be there for the next 100 years, and there's like generations of resources for coal and, I don't know, oil, probably, all types of stuff he found. And then on his next expedition, they said, we're not going down there ever again. So what did they find? Where at one minute he's announcing, Admiral Byrd is announcing that we're going to be down there for generations, mining what's down there, and it's going to propel all nations with unlimited resources, basically. And then next thing you know, they said nobody's allowed down there. Well, to this day, the Antarctica Treaty, you can't go down there unsupervised. And what they found was the firmament, the edge of the Earth. What we've been told by classes and stuff is that this Big Bang Theory lie, where they changed it to heliocentric, meaning the sun in the center and everything revolving around it. They're sun worshippers. And then what happened was, well, everybody knew the Earth was not like that since the beginning of mankind until, like, I'm hearing like 500 years ago or somewhere around that time, where they changed everything to some scientists decided to change it to the heliocentric instead of geocentric. And guess what? The UN flag actually is the flat Earth map. Yes, it is. Check it out. So after Admiral Byrd discovered this firmament, NASA was formed, like, probably within 5 years, made up of Nazi scientists that were captured, and these Nazi scientists created like rockets and stuff. Their whole purpose is they came up with a plan to take it to the moon, which was outed as fake. They lost all the data about the moon landing, and conveniently, and then they the moon faces us like all the time. It just faces us, right? Isn't that strange? I mean, come on, it's not we're just perfectly everything's spinning, right? Like the Earth is spinning and the moon's spinning and everything's moving in space, but yet the moon just never is always facing us, always. So Come on, guys. Like, let's start using your mind now, okay? No matter what they try to explain, come on. First of all, if life was a big accident, do you really think that everything would be so perfect? Where the moon is just basically just, perfectly rotating so that we never see the other side of it. Come on now. Now, let me get back to Antarctica. So basically, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. So, NASA was formed and started telling you the sky was an endless, vast amount of space, a vacuum. It's basically a vacuum. Yet we're shielded by some type of whatever atmosphere, and we're subjected to the opposite of being sucked into outer space. We're actually held down. They're coming up with all these calculations just to, you got to read the whole textbook just to understand what they're trying to, how they try to insist on what they're saying is true. When anything heavier than air should fall to the ground like a rock. It's like, come on, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Like, it's not necessarily gravity that's sticking us to the earth, and plus they want to think scientists tell you you're on a ball earth where the upside down oceans are being held up by gravity. Yet, it's just, come on, oceans being held upside down perfectly. Come on. Like, okay, there's no up and down. Yeah, well, you're saying in space there's no up and down, but on Earth there is. So that's some pretty clever, that's a pretty clever accident. If the Big Bang Theory is truth, that's pretty like convenient that it can perfectly hold up water upside down and all the people just upside down. Look, Antarctica is the ring of the earth. Okay? It's a circle of the earth. Antarctica is all around you. The center is the north. Okay? Check out the bird wall. BYRD wall. It's by Mark Sargent. Check out Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent. Just type Flat Earth Clues. First, check out the bird wall. Type in BYRD wall. The bird wall. Okay, check this stuff out. I mean, the Big Bang heliocentric lie has been busted. It's like it's all a hoax. Space is a hoax. Where you're living right now is a domed shape, flat circle Earth, like a pizza pie with a dome, like a coliseum. The stars are not what you think they are. Neither are the planets. The sky is not what you think it is. It's the firmament. And there's activity up there for us. But as we're traveling around the sun, the sky never changes. And the sky is always the same. Come on, you're not moving. The sky is moving. Look, there's diagrams of how night and day exists. There's information about how satellites are a hoax. Everything's wireless transmit data. Look, there's information about how. Do you really think that we're sending signals to what they say Pluto is 3 billion miles away from the Earth, but yet we can transmit photos back and forth, wirelessly? Do you know what type of signal that would have to be to travel 3 billion miles? Come on. And then there's like the Voyagers that are way in the middle of deep space and the vacuum of space. And that's transmitting, they say this is your universe, this is your galaxy, and it's just a little speck. That's the Milky Way galaxy. Well, do you really think that, how many billions of miles that must be, like over 500 billion miles away, or even light years? Like, and they're saying we're transmitting data back and forth that far, and we're remote controlling rovers on Mars, 80 million miles away. Come on, like. Wires. I've never seen any signal that strong. Okay, like, you guys have been had. All the pictures of the Earth have been faked. Okay, they're a lot of. It's admitted. They're CGI images. They're drawings. Look, you have been lied to your whole life. This is like Morpheus speaking in the Matrix, telling you what this is not what you think it is. What they have told you. Okay, now I'm gonna conclude this video. So subscribe, check out all my videos on this page, and feed your mind. signing off.